The album has already been out for a week and I really need to get to actually talk about it before nobody cares anymore. Hi, welcome back to my channel, Mania by Fall Out Boy. I already mentioned in my last video, Fall Out Boy are my favourite band. I've been waiting for this album since April last year because there was that delay. We all remember the delay. I like this album a lot. I'm very pleased with how it turned out. I'm really pleased with what they did with it. But I'm not going to be calling this a review because I feel that it's not a review. It'll probably end up being a review, but I don't want to call it that. I'm not trying to be objective. I'm not trying to take a step back and look at it objectively. This is my personal opinion. This is how it made me feel. The title kind of says it all. A lot of people have been complaining that this album is messy. I don't mind that. I feel that's kind of the point. It being called Mania, Pete has been saying for months that this is about mental health somewhat, and about that part of mental health that's not lying under your blankets, feeling sorry for yourself, but about the part that makes you do stupid stuff that you will regret later. And I think people don't touch on that a lot, and I think it's really interesting, and I think the album does fit together, and I think it does flow very well. I can understand why people would disagree with it, but I really enjoy the way it is right now. Things I'm a lyric person. I'm going to go through the lyrics of every song because I'm that extra. Stay Frosty. Wow. I mean, like, seriously, that started playing and I was just like, what? Favourite lyric from that is, if I die in my sleep, then I love that my life was just a killer dream. And I think it perfectly describes that mania that, you know, if I die, I die. Which is a phrase I use a lot. Probably not a good thing. I think Stay Frosty really sets off the tone of, what am I doing? I don't know and I don't care, but I'm doing it. I think it sets off the tone of the first half of the album very, very well, and it's followed up by Last of the Real Ones, which I think picks up on the romance aspect of this album. It's a really romantic album for Fall Out Boy, and not tragically either, which is weird, but Real Ones sets off more of a positive love story, even if both of them are flawed, but they're flawed together. And my favourite line is, I'm done with having dreams. And I know it sounds a bit weird because people think that's a bit depressing, but it's the dreamy aspect, and I am a sucker for dreamy aesthetics. For me, it's not I'm done with having dreams like I'm giving up hope, I don't want to anymore. It's I'm done with having dreams, I'm going out, I'm fulfilling them. I don't want to sit around and wait for them anymore. I don't want them to be dreams. Followed up by Hold Me Tight. My favourite lyric of Hold Me Tight is, I love you to death, but I can't pretend. I found it really hard to pick a favourite lyric because there wasn't one line where I thought, wow, like I usually do. This was just the overall song gave me that real impression of I love you like crazy, but admitting to that would make me seem vulnerable, especially because I suspect you don't love me like crazy. So like, just whatever. I kind of get that feeling of like, I'm actually kind of passionate about this, I'm really interested in it, I feel strongly about it, but whatever. And expensive mistakes. I became such a strange shape from trying to fit in, and because this is a fantastic song, guys, and it has amazing lyrics, also, when I said I'm sorry I'm late, I meant I wasn't really showing up at all, because me. You feel? I always think that Expensive Mistakes was written by Pete from his 2005 self perspective. And if you think about that, it becomes depressing. Church. I love the world, but I just don't love the way it makes me feel, which, again, hi. I like people. I like this world. I have a lot of hope that it will be better, but it's just like, a lot of the time it's kind of depressing. It's a bit sad. It's like, I put so much hope in you and you're still like this? Really? I think that whole song, it sounds very frustrated. It sounds very frustrating. It's very desperate. It's again the love story, but not like Real Ones. More like Hold Me Tight again, where it's like, I will give you anything, just take me for it, please. I think that's really interesting. I think it highlights this manic aspect, and it switches at Heaven's Gate. This is when part 2 comes in, the aftermath of the mania. Heaven's Gate, again, the religious title, kinda, again, a love story song. And in the end, if I don't make it on the list, will you sneak me a wristband? I don't know why that lyric speaks to me, I don't even understand it. I mean, I do, kinda, but I could not explain it for the life of me. I need genius lyrics to be able to explain that. To me, it's like, I really do love you, and I know that I said stupid things, and I know that I was wild about it, and I know I was crazy, but I actually do need you, and I'm sorry. And to me, that switch is now the second half of the album, followed by Champion. By far my least favourite off this album. It's just kind of boring, but whatever. I got Nothing But Dreams Inside. The dreams, again, a contrast to Less of the Real Ones, but I think it's actually more tragic, because in Real Ones, you know, it's like, I'm getting up, I'm doing this, I'm fulfilling my dreams, and here it's sort of, I've only got dreams inside, there's nothing else inside, and it's hopeful, yes, but like, is there any fulfillment? I don't know. I hope so. Sunshine Riptide, don't like the music, lyrics amazing, has the best lyrics, but the music is just like, I'm sorry. My favourite lyric is, the world tried to burn all the mercy out of me, but you know I wouldn't let it. Which is something that I feel I love that. It sounds so hopeful, it sounds so uplifting, and I try to be like that. I try to be like that. I try to be merciful, I try to be kind, and it's something I preach a lot. So to have my favourite band say that in words like that, for Pete Wentz to be able to put it into words, thank you. My dude, thank you. He always speaks for me somehow. Pete Wentz is my mouthpiece. I often speak in Pete Wentz quotes and lyrics because, like, it sounds pretentious but it gets across the point. Do you feel? Good. Young and Menace. Love that song. I know a lot of people don't. I can understand why not. It's a bit weird, but I love it. And again, I love the lyrics. I think the next 2 songs are both final songs. Young and Menace is option 1 of, well, I've just kind of messed it all up and gotta live with that now. I think that's the bad ending, as it were. My favourite line is, I'm just here for the psych assessment, because I think that's probably often what Fall Out Boy feel like when we overanalyze lyrics. Like, it's just like, you are thinking way too much into this, and that lyric kind of seems shady, and I love it. I'm living for it. Bishop's Knife Trick is fast becoming my favourite. Heaven's Gate is my favourite so far. Bishop's Knife Trick is catching up. And full-on paragraph of favourite lyrics here. You ready for this? I'm sifting through the sand, looking through pieces of broken hourglass, trying to get it all back, put it back together, as if the time had never passed. I don't know what more to say to that. It's just, I can't explain it because those words say it so perfectly. It's so sad. And I think it's the same ending as Young and Menace, but in a calmer way. It's not in a, woof, I messed up, God, but in a, I'm trying to fix this still. Actually, no, Sunshine Riptide doesn't have the best lyrics. It's Bishop's Knife Trick, and all in all, this album I think is their most emotional one since Folly Do. Maybe even since Infinity on High. I don't know, maybe it's just like Pete said at my concert. He said it's a 2 or 3 listen kind of album, and I understand that. And I think that it's the sort of album that you can only understand when you need it. And I think this really will be one that I can go back to again and again, and that will stick with me. And I think people have very strong feelings on it simply because you either need it or you don't. And if you don't need it, you won't get it. And that's not a problem. You know, sometimes you don't get music, and you don't have to. It's all art, it's all subjective, it all speaks to different people. But to me personally, I needed this. The first time I didn't get it. The first time I was like, the thing is, I'm super proud of them because it sounds like they wanted to make this is their project. This is for them and for the people who need it. It's not even for the fans, it's not for a different audience, it's just for them and the people who need it, and I really respect that. I hope the next album they make is something that can speak to more fans again, not so that they're selling out or serving or whatever, but simply because I do feel a bit sorry for the fans that feel let down by this album. Not blaming the band for that, because like I said, they made what they made because it needed to be made, but I don't want the fans that didn't like it to think that they have to completely miss out from now on, and I don't want them to feel like this always. So I hope that whatever they do next is again a bit more not diverse because this album is so diverse, but a bit more accessible to people who don't need it right now. And I think this album will always be a small album. It might be a deep cut album, it won't be huge. I think it might be a bit like Folly, but less loved by the fans kind of thing. And I'm so happy that I'm seeing them 2 more times this year. And I'm very grateful that they seem to be in such a great place and that they've made this fantastic album that they're confident in. And I'm, in general, just really happy with it, in case you couldn't tell. Thanks for listening, thanks for sticking around or coming back or whatever, and I hope you like this, I hope you agree, disagree, whatever, I don't know. I'm happy to have a civilised discussion. I hope you have a great day, night, whatever, whenever. Bye folks.